This is a very interesting group of readings we had to do this week. I was familiar with the concept of perception versus reality, but the idea of our eyes and ears playing tricks on us was something I'd never really thought about. The McGurk effect was mind blowing and really shows how what we see and what we hear can be two different things. While watching the video on the McGurk effect and the How Sweet the Sound article, I would close my eyes and open them while listening to the ba sound, while the video was showing the fa sound created by Professor Lawrence Rosenblum. Before these readings, I sort of assumed that reading and listening went hand in hand. And they do in some sort of way, but they can also change your perception in ways too. They can work against each other. I have the online textbook for this class, and there is a feature where someone can create audio for the text while you read along with it. This really helps me as I can focus on the text while my ears focus on the reading. Usually, when I read on my own, I can get distracted easily and read a few pages and have no idea what I just read. As English speakers, I think we take for granted how much we know and how natural it is for us to listen, read, and comprehend all at the same time. I do agree with David Noonan's statement about listening comprehension being the Cinderella skill in second language learning. This goes back to my earlier assumption in this course, as if an ELL student can speak fluent English, then they should be able to learn just fine in an English classroom. The more I read and learn in this class, the more I realize that assumption couldn't be farther from the truth. When learning a new language, it takes longer for your brain to process what you are hearing or what you are reading. So, in the mind of an ELL student, native English speakers may be perceived as speaking at an abnormally fast pace, whereas they're simply reading at a normal pace. I think there are two ways to combat this. A teacher can either speak slower, enunciate, and be more clear in their approach, or they can use wait time, then repeat the phrase before moving forward in a lesson. I think wait times can vary depending on what is being said or communicated to the students, and I think part of the reason ELL students could also struggle with reading and listening separately is because of syntax and phonetics. Some sounds in English are not used in other languages and vice versa. I think the most important thing is to be patient with students, allow them time to process information, repeat yourself when necessary. I have a much better appreciation for these students and the struggles they go through on a daily basis. I may not be able to relate fully to them, but I can now understand some of what they deal with. You know how we use this phrase, speak in English, please, when someone is talking about a topic that we are unfamiliar with? For example, an astrophysicist could be using vocabulary words that I have never heard of and that do not make any sense to me, or a poet reading Shakespeare, which is reading English with syntax that I'm unfamiliar with. I feel that could be the same struggle that an ELL student deals with while in school. They may hear the words and know the words, but not the meaning or how to process what they just read or heard. That's something I think every native English speaker can relate to. Does anyone have any thoughts on what I just said there? Please let me know. Hopefully, all of that sort of made sense in some way. I think we can all agree this information we've learned in this class is fantastic and will be extremely helpful moving forward if we have to teach in a class with ELL students. My question is there any way to have the information we're learning in this class be a yearly seminar or some sort of certification for teachers that deal with ELL students? I think that would be extremely beneficial and may help eliminate the assumption that I made before this class, as if an ELL student can speak English and is in your class, then they can learn without any difficulty, like all the other native speakers. I've also attached a link to another misheard lyrics that I thought was really funny, but also relates to what we are learning this week. Let me know what you all think. Thank you for your time.